guys, so today is a rainy day and it's like storming super bad, so I apologize if the weather interferes with this. But a lot of you have been questioning if my video about me getting kicked out of school is true or not, and a lot of you have been asking for more information about it and the whole like thing that went along with it, the story behind it. So I thought I'd share a little bit with you, and I guess we could call this a story time. So this is my first official story time video. Okay, so it was last Wednesday, and that was like on the 31st, I believe. My friend Juliana had invited me to come to her house and then go to school with her the next day, and I was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. She basically convinced me that it would be okay and it's legal and everything. And so I was like, alright, fine. I've never been to public school my entire life, so let's give this a shot. And that's exactly what happened. Really what was going through my head the entire time before actually getting on the bus and everything, I was super nervous that something like what happened, spoiler, would happen. And so she ended up getting me to go on the bus. We got on the bus, nobody asked. One of her like friends asked what I was doing here, and I explained, and she was like, okay, you sure that's a good idea? Funny story, I'm actually wearing their shirt. When I walked into the school, there's so many kids, and you know, homeschooler right here. We ended up going to her class, and not until like the class actually starting did the teacher ask who I was, and then he asked, and we just told him I was shadowing, which was true, you know, I was just there, not, you know, and everything was fine. He was like, okay, that's fine. And so I was in that class for about 2 hours with her, and then we went into biology, and same thing happened. We ended up going to lunch, and the lady at the lunch where she pay, she was like, well, does she have a form or anything? And Juliana was like, no. And she's like, well, you probably should go up to the office and get one or whatever. And so we didn't. The last class that we went to was algebra, and we go in there, and Juliana said that this is my favorite teacher, she'll be fine. And so this was about 2 hours before school ends, so one more class, and we get in there, and she asks immediately who I am, what I'm doing here, all this information, and I'm being freaked out the entire time anyways. And so I was like in such a panic. I didn't belong there. So with that, I was kind of really like, okay, anything happen and I'm screwed. So after she asked that, Juliana explained that I was shadowing, and she's like, okay, well, you need to go up to the office and talk to someone. And as soon as she said that, the fire alarm goes off. And so we all go out the doors, file. She said that you need to go tell the principal that there's someone here that's not registered. And so we ended up going, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. But I don't really think he realized that no one knew of me at all. So he was completely okay with it. Then we ended up going back into the class, and she was like, okay, you two need to go up to the office now and make sure that this is okay, you know, everything. And the whole time Juliana was going, it's okay, like they're not going to do anything. They're just going to maybe make you fill out paperwork or whatever. You know, nothing's going to happen, nothing bad. And so we get in there, and she tells her why we're here, and the lady, she's like, oh my gosh, this is illegal. Do you understand that this is illegal? Are you even wanting to go to the school? Are you moving, etc.? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, in my mind, in that moment, I was freaking out so much. I thought I was going to pass out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I know I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? I shouldn't have come. You know, I was just like so upset. And she brings in the principal there was another principal that was a woman. She came in and she's like, okay, well, Juliana, you need to call your mom and tell her to pick up Rylee, and because she can't ride on the bus back. And she was just like, she just kept asking us, you know this isn't legal, right? Like, why are you here? You could be a terrorist or whatever, or, you know, we don't have any information about her. We don't even know her last name. Just this and this. And in my mind, I'm like, Juliana, you told me that this was going to be okay. And the whole time I knew that this wasn't okay, so I don't know why I went along with it. But she ended up telling Juliana to go back to her class, and I would sit into the office with the counselor. And so that's what I did. Immediately after everyone left, the counselor left as well, and I was like, I'm all alone. And so I sat in there for about 45 minutes texting my boyfriend and my best friend and saying, I'm freaking out, I don't know what to do, I'm like, I'm in shock right now. And so they were just keeping me calm. So the counselor came back into the office and she said that she couldn't get a hold of either of Juliana's parents, and so she didn't know what she was going to have to do because I couldn't ride the bus back. She ended up taking me home, and it was awkward. I'm really glad that it's only like a 5-10 minute drive from the school to Juliana's house, because if it was any longer, I would have been done for. And then I ended up going to Juliana's house and waiting for Juliana to come home. So yes, the story is true. I got kicked out of public school for the first time of being in a public school. Did anything positive happen? I made myself do something that I normally wouldn't do. I knew that there could be a bad outcome, but I did it anyways, just to be adventurous almost. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but do I regret it? Yes. Will I ever go to public school? No. I'm really glad that I got the opportunity though, because if I wouldn't have known what it was like to actually be in a public school. It was definitely an adventure, and even though it was terrifying, I'm glad that I did it and I went through with it. But yeah, any other questions that you have about it, I will definitely be sure to answer them below. I hope the quality of this video isn't too bad because of the weather, but you know. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!